this is going to be a bit of a quicker one, like unscripted and everything, but it felt worth mentioning because I haven't done a video in forever. And the fact that I'm pretty sure this information is fake. I mean, it could always be real, because it seems the person who is spreading this supposed leak usually banks off other people's leaks, but at the same time, he also spreads a lot of false information, so it would depend on if we could find someone who started this first, and if they were reliable, because this person definitely is not. So, according to the Beyond Reporter on Twitter, I am not calling it X, by the way, because, yeah, he says, the next Chucky movie is in secret production, which, from what I can see, there's not much to it. Apparently, he's said this in the past, and now people are saying there's a bit of fuel to the rumour. So, I'm mainly just here to clear up the fact that it's probably not true, but at the same time, we shouldn't hold out hope, especially considering this guy banks off other people's leaks, so there is always the chance this is true. I would just assume no. Obviously, we know if anything is to come from the franchise next, it's going to be a movie. Mancini always said if the series was axed, they would go back to movies. I remember the times when we thought we were going to be able to have the show and the movies, which probably wouldn't have ended well. We already know how bad the show got. But yeah, we know they wanted to go back to movies after the show. But realistically, that's if a movie got picked up or not, because it's not like he has full creative control and could just go, yeah, we're making a movie. But yeah, this supposed fuel to the rumour is Olivia Ellen Lind, which I think that's how you say her name. She played Lexi Taylor in the show. She arrived in Toronto with the caption, "Hey old friend," which is where Chucky was filmed, and I guess old friend makes sense, that because Chucky, a big part of his branding is friends to the end, stuff like that. People are taking this as she's filming something Chucky related. But Cry Wolf, that's literally the show she's about to start filming, which is going to film in Toronto, so I think realistically, it's just that she's back in the spot where she always was for filming. I mean, Wayward was also filmed in Toronto. I think it's just a commonplace, and she's happy to be back. And the whole cast of Chucky loves to post a lot, so I think we would start to see more cast members posting that they were there. I really think she's just there to film Cry Wolf. Like, come on, a place you've worked a lot, obviously you're gonna call it Old Friend. I'm trying to Google whether or not things do go into secret production, and I'm having such a hard time finding any answers because of Stranger Things Conformity Gate, which did end up being fake, so I'm willing to bet things don't go into secret production. But there's so many websites and articles just talking about the production of a secret episode of Stranger Things. It's hard to see whether or not something actually could go into secret production, because so many people were delusional about a secret episode of a show that just ended badly. The only proof I can find of things going into secret production is when they go into production under a code name, which usually we do know the project exists, it's just to hide leaks and stuff. The actual production stuff will have a code name. Like with all the seasons of Chucky, the characters, the show, everything, it just had a code name so that you didn't know what the auditions were for when they leaked. Like the code name for the Chucky Season 3 auditions were Forever Young, and they talked about talking dogs and stuff like that. Obviously, once people got their hands on them, they were able to figure it out, but Chucky Season 3 was known about. It wasn't a whole secret, it was just material for the show was hidden behind a code name because it was out there in the public. I know they had done the same with Season 2, I can't remember if there was actually a code name for the season or anything, but I know in audition tapes and stuff, they gave characters different names. But fans are persistent and were able to figure out what it was. See, I think even if another movie was in production, there would be stuff out there to show it, and Chucky fans, despite there not being too many left, are very eagle-eyed, and I have faith that they would be able to find what was out there. Like, at the moment, all I see is an unreliable source claiming that there's a secret movie in production, and people are backing it up because someone is in Toronto, even though we already knew they were going there to film a show. I think it would depend on where the next movie is going to end up, but it does look like if it is a movie, they probably wouldn't go to Toronto anyway. Other than Bride of Chucky, which had a few scenes filmed in Canada, a lot of the movies don't tend to be filmed in Toronto, or Canada in general. The straight-to-DVD movies were filmed in Manitoba, but that's straight to DVD, and everyone wants them to go back to cinemas anyway, so I don't see why they would end up in Canada for filming. I mean, I do really want this rumour to be true, and I wouldn't rule it out. I just think Olivia is going to Canada to film her new show. I really don't think this is Chucky related. The odds are just stacked against it. We don't see anyone else going there, and she films a lot of shows there, so again, calling the place old friend makes more sense. And we do know how much a lot of the cast wants to go back, so I feel like by now, someone would have said something or given some sort of hint. While I am here though, can I talk about how problematic Alex Vincent is? I feel like he thinks he's a bigger celebrity than he is, and at the same time he goes on about how he doesn't want to act anymore. He says he'll always have a special spot for Chucky and will always come back for that, but like, he's not as big as he acts he is. Like, he's got the biggest ego out of all the cast I find, and then I also find he tends to argue with a lot of people on social media, and it's just, dude, you aren't big enough to be doing this. I mean, other than Jackson Reed Kelly, who is a pretty new actor, he has the smallest following out of everyone in the cast. Other than maybe Brad Dourif, but all I can find, I'm not sure if it's a fan account or not. And I get all the other cast members have the advantage of being in other shows and movies, but at the same time, they don't act really big. They just post and go on with their lives. He has like a Patreon where you can subscribe for $200. There are smaller tiers, but why? Why is he doing this? All the other cast members, when they do live videos, they have fun interactions with the fans, like when Jackson, Olivia, and I think it's Jorvin, I don't know how to say it, is the one who played Devon. They did like FNAF jump scares at the cameras and did heaps of meme stuff. Meanwhile, in one of his lives, he was arguing with someone over lighters because they haven't tried weed, and then proceeded to take a hit of his vape. Like, I guess taking a hit of the vape isn't the problematic part, but at the same time, he just doesn't present himself in a good way. I mean, I do enjoy his work in the original movies and then in the series. I just don't think he's as big as he acts he is. Anyway, mini rant about a micro celebrity over. I'll get back to talking about the non-existent movie. But yeah, as much as I would love there to be a movie in secret production, I really don't think this is something that would happen, or if there was, I feel like someone would have dug up clues by now. I mean, who knows, maybe soon someone will find clues and we will know the movie's in production. But for now, I wouldn't hold your breath. I mean, she may have learnt from last time, but Fiona Dourif is pretty good at leaking stuff, so I feel like if they were filming a new movie, we would probably know about it. I mean, she leaked that The Pit Season 2 was happening, but then they made sure to keep Season 3's announcement very under wrap. They even made jokes on their Instagram account about it. I think it was something like why Season 3 was kept so tight-knit, and then it had a video of her pointing at herself or something. I don't actually remember the video off the top of my head, and I know it exists, so I don't think I really need to prove myself here. But if anyone has been wondering where I've been, I just can't think of videos and at the same time don't really have good opportunities to record at the moment. So today I just saw some news that I found interesting, even though I don't think it's real. And I was like, I need to make a video on this, but I don't have enough time to make a script, so let's go off script. I'm sure you can make it work. And realistically, I think this is one of my better videos, because I know I was definitely falling off recently, but I don't know, maybe I just think I'm better than I am. I am the Alex Vincent of YouTubers. But with that one, I will see you guys in another 2 months maybe.